What's going on, guys? It's Groove back again with another letter from the 38 letters from J.D Rockefeller to his son. So in today's video, we're going to be going over letter 18, which is make no excuses in life. So he says that he's noticed throughout his career that the less excuses somebody makes, the more successful they're going to be in life. And he says that 99% of the people out there, they always make excuses from their failure. And then with that, those excuses kind of become a habit. And so you just continuously make excuses over and over for everything that you do in life. He believes people that make excuses have a mental illness and that they are losers in life. And so he says that, if you want to prosper in life, you can't make excuses. He's like, those are the only successful people is, people that never make excuses in life. He says that people that make excuses, he says that those people are weak. But at the same time, as much as he's bashing them and calling them losers, he also says that he sympathizes with them because he knows that when people are making excuses, it just means that they're failing in life. And so he's just like, man, kind of sucks because they're just failing all over the place. But again, I thought it was pretty funny that, as much as he's, cracking on them, calling them losers, that he's like, oh, I kind of sympathize with them as well because it just means that they're failing in life as a whole. And when he's talking about that, it is kind of funny that, whenever somebody's successful, it's like, oh, I did this by myself. I got to the top, on my own efforts. I'm the only one that did this. I stayed down by myself. Nobody else helped me. But whenever you fail in life, whenever you're a loser, you always blame somebody else. Like nobody ever sits there and says, oh, I'm in the position that I'm in because of myself. I failed because of myself. It's always somebody else's fault. He says he notices that. And I notice that too. It is pretty funny that, again, whenever somebody's successful, they're always like, oh, I did it by myself. Nobody helped me. Nobody had my back. I came from the bottom. But then when it's like, you're failing in life or you're in a bad situation, it's always somebody else's fault. It's always, it's never your fault when you're in a losing situation. He says the top two excuses that he sees the most from people is either health related or intelligence related. So, whenever somebody's failing in life or whenever somebody can't do something, they always blame either, again, their health. They'll be like, oh, well, my back was hurting or my feet or my hands or I got a headache or, it's always something health related or it'll be intelligence related. So again, oh, I was going to do this or I couldn't do this because of my intelligence. I'm not smart enough. With that being said, he talks about how most of the time people just don't have the courage to try. That's the reason why they're failing in life. Again, they'll have all of these excuses, but most of the time it's just the courage. The people just lack courage to try and go do something with their lives, and that's the reason why they fail. Again, with people blaming their intelligence, saying they weren't smart enough to do something, he says more than intelligence. So he says that, being intelligent is pretty important, but he says more than that is your enthusiasm for life. You need to want to do something. You need to be enthusiastic about it. He says more than intelligence, this is what's going to take people further, is when they're in love with what they do, when they are enthusiastic to wake up in the morning and go get after it, compared to people that don't want to do it, or they're just like dragging their feet through it. He says the person that is more optimistic in life, the one that is more positive, the one that's more cooperative, the one that's just more joyful in life is going to go further than the person who's more intelligent. He says these are kind of some of the attributes that you're going to need to be successful in this world. And I was thinking about that too. Like I've seen that in my life, even recently, I've seen that to where I've seen somebody be more qualified, but then they got passed up for the person that was just more positive and probably easier to work with. And that person that was more positive, more optimistic, more cooperative, like the people like being around this person, that was the person to come up and go to that next level. So again, that really is a huge factor. It's not just what kind of degree you have or how qualified you are. Like people wanting to be around you and work with you is going to take you to places that your degree can't get you in. Which is kind of weird because you would think like, hey, I have this degree, I'm good to go. But it's like if nobody wants to work with you, if you're just negative, if you're a pessimist all the time, like that can really hurt you in this world. And again, going back to your intelligence, your mindset is everything. Like you can be intelligent, but again, if you have that negative mindset, everything's going to be negative. So he says more than just the level of your intelligence, it has more to do with your mindset on how you approach a situation. If you always have a positive mindset, if you always have an optimistic mindset, he says that with the right intelligence, creates a monster in this world. And that's pretty much it for this letter. He just wants everybody to know that you need to constantly cultivate those good qualities, becoming a better person, being optimistic, being cooperative, and just stop making excuses. He says that people that just make excuses, nobody wants to work with them, nobody wants to be around them, and that really keeps you out of the door to success in life. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. Go ahead and hit a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.